Hey guys, Christian here, going a little solo, flying solo. Bringing you another games you might have missed. Here we have the game Planetbase. It's not a big game, it's a little niche, like, it's a strategy game, so I'm sure a lot of people wouldn't like it, but I like it. It came out maybe a month ago as of what, November 17th it is now. Um, Came out then, and basically it is in the name. It's you build a base on a planet. Um, I'm gonna go challenging because I played a fair bit of this game, about 20 hours. Put about 20 hours into it. So it's a planet building game and the base building game, and it's kind of good to just kind of zone out. And like, if you're like a perfectionist like me, I don't like I mean, sure, the challenge in building a base in a game is, desirable. I like the challenge of it, but what I really like is just having the biggest, most badass base you could ever look at. Like, I'm one of those guys that every so often I'll play like Civilization or something, or I'll play Call of Duty and then set the difficulty just on the floor and then just destroy, or just make or like if I'm playing a strategy game, I would make the best empire the world's ever seen and just conquer the world, just because I like making good things. Just because it's easy for me doesn't make it mean it's not good. So anyways, I'll name this base the Dick, because I'm mentally about 42. Yeah. So, I'm going to show you. So you start off. Oh, I didn't adjust the volume. Sorry if it's a little loud. It shouldn't. Hopefully that wasn't too loud. So, what happens is you get in your little drop pod here, and then you start with a certain amount of settlers, and then some, depending on the difficulty, you'll throw in a robot here or there. Robots are good for like simple stuff. We'll get to that later. So you start with a bunch of people here. So what I like to do is I like to recycle the colony ship. I'm not fucking using that anymore. I'm gonna just put all that shit on the ground, So what you got to do is you got to build just basically basic self-sufficiency for now. So I'm gonna build a oxygen generator here, because that's the most pressing need, is an oxygen generator. And then I got to build a airlock. So the line right there means that I can link the two with a little hallway. So I'm gonna make it over here, because I'm thinking ahead. So now they're gonna build a oxygen generator, a connection, and an airlock, so that they can get into the oxygenated area. So right now I have to wait for them, and then then also there's two aspects to the base. There's actually many aspects, but for now, yeah, I'm managing just two. I have oxygen. I need to supply oxygen, and to supply oxygen, my oxygen generator needs power and water. So I have to build like a solar panel. I'm gonna build a solar panel over here, and then link that. So they'll build that. And then I also need a water fucking extractor. There we go, water extractor. So that it can. So what it does is science tidbit for you. What it does is it breaks the H2O. It breaks the H2, the hydrogen, off the oxygen. So now you have and then for every 2 molecules of water you bring in, you have 4 hydrogen and then 1 oxygen molecule. Two hydrogen molecules and an oxygen molecule. So breaks that down. So now once all that's built, I'll have oxygen in here, and so they can go in there, replenish their oxygen. Next, what I have to build is I need to build oh, they're out of power. Oh, that's because there's no connection there. Shut up. What I need now is gonna have power. So then I'm gonna go ahead, and before they're done building that, so they don't get doing that, I'm going to build a mess hall so that they can go somewhere where they can make food and go eat, and also a dorm, so somewhere for them to sleep. Thing about dorms, it's kind of sucky, is there, and the game explains it fairly well, is that since it's a dorm, they don't want people going in and out and stuff, and they don't want people like making it a thoroughfare. You can only have one path to it, like an entrance. You can't have it like go through there and then another one out. You can't make it part of a path. So it's a dead end, unfortunately. Makes it hard for like building your base up, because then you can't expand your base that direction. You have to go around it and stuff, which is minorly annoying, but it is what it is. So I'm gonna turn up the game speed here. So and now I got that. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a power battery or power collector, so that all the power I'm collecting through a solar cell, I can store some of it so I still have power at night. And then also I'm going to build a windmill so that if it's windy, I can also get some power at night. I shouldn't have built. Actually, I don't want to build it over there. It's cool because before you build the thing, I can just scrap it and I didn't waste any resources. You tend to want to make your power stuff in this game pretty close to your entrances, because people have to go out and fix them, so you don't want them walking all the way fucking out here and stuff. Now that they have that built, was it that one? Okay, so that way I can see through the roofs and stuff. So now I'm gonna put a meal maker, and then put some tables down for them to eat. So what they do is they put like, uh-oh, shit. So it's nighttime, and I don't have any power. Okay, there we go. So when my wind turbine's on, okay, I am generating a lot more power than I need. Okay, I'm not even using much power yet, so good. Then I put some water, so there. Once they build those, they can make food. They can put like rations. They have they have two things here. You can have full built meals, which you start with, so just in case, because the game's easy. And then you have just basic food stuff, like you'll have like tomatoes or pasta, and it'll turn those into meals that they can eat. Then I'm gonna go in here, make some beds. So there's two different building materials in this game. And that's, you have bioplastic, and you have metal. Usually making stuff inside the base, like making all these accessories I just made, usually that costs bioplastic. And you tend to have more bioplastic than metal because you use a lot of metal. Metal's used in all, like if you're making anything big, you tend to use, when you use metal anyways, oh god, my mouth. When you use metal, you tend to use a lot of it at a time, so. Okay, so right now what they're doing is they're just bringing a bunch of stuff inside since they have to. So yeah, see that's the thing. You end up getting bottlenecked at airlocks, so you want to build a couple airlocks, but I don't need to. I can afford to wait time. So what I'm gonna do is, now that I'm not self-sufficient yet, so I'm gonna build a mine. What you do with the mine is then they can take ore. From the mine you create ore, and then you create ore, and then you can, using in a building, you can make machines that turn that ore into metal, so you can become self-sufficient. Self-sufficiency is pretty important in this. Oh fuck! I forgot to make a biodome. Biodome you grow things in. You grow food in. Anywho. So I need to be able to make all my stuff. You make bioplastic from like starches, and then metal from this here. So, okay, I'm not using a whole lot of power, so. Oh, it's almost daytime. Okay. So, luckily I'm not using much power, so I can afford to waste a little time. What are my resources at? Okay, I got a decent amount of resources actually. So, I'm gonna have them not build these. They don't need these. I have how many people? I have 7 people, so I'm gonna have 6 beds because I don't think all 7 people are gonna want to be sleeping at a time. Got my biodome building, got mine, so I'm gonna need a processing plant. So that in there I can build the necessary whatchamacallits, the places in there. Yeah, okay, I got a thing for surviving a full day. Now I need to get self-sufficiency. So in here, I can make things that'll turn, what is it, starch or whatever. I can turn starch into bioplastic and then minerals into metal. Sorry, this isn't boring. This isn't meant to be. I mean, of course it's meant to be entertaining, but I'm trying to show you a new game, and I'm sure this is not what you're used to, but it's a pretty cool game, and it's pretty cool in that you can really. I listen to music, and I just like I need to relax. I need to chill. I don't want I don't want someone yelling at me. Where the fuck are you going? This is a new game, so a lot of they've improved it since like they put it out, but some of the pathing's not like perfect. But it's better than it used to be, anyways. So I'm gonna. What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the video. So I'm trying to show you the game. It's really good. I put on music. I don't. It's when I need to relax. I just need to chill out, just lean back and just quietly build my base. Just make it better, get the population up. See how it goes. So I'm gonna play until I get to self-sufficiency, and then I'll let you guys go. So right now I'm just waiting for those guys to build that. Oh yeah. So in here I need to build. So there's different plants. You can get like fast and slow plants, and then you can get starchy plants that can give you food and starch. You can get just plants that just give you food. They give you more food. And then you can get medicinal plants. You need that to make medicine. And then you can get trees, which just up the happiness, up morale, which, that's also a stat you need to take care of. So we'll get some starch, mix of starches and normal. So there's that. And then in here I can get some bioplastic processors and metal processors. So do that, and then okay. Everybody right now. Okay, so they're taking all the stuff inside so they can build it. Okay, so see, there's some ore. So they're gonna take that ore to once this metal processor is built, then it takes a person to work machines. So a person will be there beep booping up a storm, and then once they're done beep booping up, they'll have metal at the end. And then the robots can't do the machines. They can't work machines, but they can move way faster than people, so they're typically better. They're better at doing menial tasks than people. So the game recommends, and I do as well, that you have people working the machine. Just have people only working the machines, since they're the only ones that can do that. So there we go. I got that. So they can once they start getting some starch from my rice and peas. Then they'll load it up into the bioplastic processor, and then I'll have bioplastic once they work it. So it's not a terribly I mean, it takes some time. A lot of the times you run into issues is when you overextend yourself. Like you make your base a little bit too big, and then you'll run into power problems. So you'll have to make sure you have enough. Like if you overextend yourself, you have to be very careful in how fast you expand certain parts. You have to expand how much power you're making, how much water you're making, how much food you're making with, how big your base is, your power consumption, how much oxygen you need, how much population you have. There's a lot of stats that need monitoring, but there we go, self-sufficiency. So, 15 minutes or so, you get self-sufficiency. So, you can get a base like that, and then, so I'm going to save this. And then I'll show you my base on the first planet that I'm working on. So it's on a Mars-like planet. So it's funny. I started playing this game right after I read The Martian, so I was like, dude, I know this shit. So this is my big base right here. This is a lot of shit. So yeah, it's taken me a long time to build all this shit, and it's pretty cool looking though. That's one of those things I like building. That's a monolith. Doesn't do anything. It just sits there and looks pretty. It's pretty cool. It cost a lot, and I just had a lot at the time, and I was just waiting for stuff. So anyways, this has been the game Planetbase. Buy it. I recommend it. It's a good game. This has been Christian. You've been the audience. That's been the wall. I'm just going to continue narrating until bye.